think we're good. We should be good. And we're live. Okay, cool. Awesome. Tweet this out. We're gonna put that there. And then I think I should be good audio-wise. Or we should be good now. That's some really good juice. Okay, so really quickly, before we talk about today's episode, which is, what is it, episode 12? Yeah, this is episode 12. So before we talk about episode 12, I actually want to briefly talk about episode 11, kind of, sort of, just a little bit, just because I didn't talk about it last week, even though I did watch the episode. I just didn't have time to stream, and then I got really sick over the weekend. You guys know the story, right? So episode 11 was really good. It was the conclusion of Narancia and Formaggio's fight. I made the ship post. We brought it back. It was a pretty dope fight. I like the way the episode looked. It was really good. What's up, everybody, by the way, in the chat? How you doing, Patrick? So yeah, so it was a really good episode. I just wanted to like briefly mention that, because I think I should at least acknowledge it for not doing a full-on episode 11 review. I should at least say something nice about it. So it looked nice. It was very visually appealing. I liked seeing the color swaps and stuff. Narancia with purple flames around him is pretty damn badass. I think that was pretty cool. It was a good episode. By the way, is the audio like too loud? Like, am I too loud or anything? I got new headphones and everything sounds way better on my end, so I just have to like readjust myself to have everything sound really good, because I've been changing settings and things like that, tweaking around with audio here and there, etc, etc. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure that the background music stuff isn't too loud. That's the main concern. But this episode, oh boy, episode 12, I just finished watching it. They put it out a little earlier than the last week's, and the week before I was kind of waiting a really long time for Crunchyroll to actually upload the episode. But they posted this one really quickly, which is good, because it means that, you know, the sooner that Crunchyroll posts it, the sooner I get to watch the episode, everybody else gets to watch the episode, and then the sooner we can sit down and talk about it. So, good stuff, Crunchyroll, for putting this one out a lot quicker than the past couple ones have been, where it's like, I've been waiting, because normally the episodes come out around like 12:15-ish, like between that time frame, Eastern time for me. And this one was right on the dot. But like a couple episodes ago, like I want to say 2 or 3 episodes ago, it came out like an hour late. So it like pushes the stream back a little bit and stuff like that. You know, there's no real time on when I talk about this stuff and we do a stream. It's just as soon as I finish watching the episode, I've got my screenshots, you know, I make the thumbnail, and then here we are. So, this episode, wow. It was really good looking. There were some moments where it was kind of goofy in terms of how things were drawn. I'm not sure if I saved any screenshots, but there were some funny frames here and there, which of course there's always gonna be funny frames, but I always love looking for them, because normally it's like, oh, the episode is gorgeous, everything looks really good, but it's always great when you see that one frame that just looks like really damn ugly. And yeah, so it's the Fugo episode. They started Man in the Mirror, but this stuff right here, we hear about it briefly with like his backstory on him being a teacher. But this is like, they added a lot more to it. I'm 99.9% sure, because I don't remember half this stuff being in the manga. And it was great that they included these things the way they did. So like, it's okay. What's up, Corner? So they do Fugo's backstory, and it's like, oh, you know, he's a good kid, he's smart and stuff. He comes from a wealthy family. You know, he's doing really good in school and stuff, but he gets a little bit violent sometimes, and he can't hold it back. But he tries his hardest to, and then, you know, he just cools himself down, right? So, that happens, right? And it's like, all right, that makes sense. And then it's like, okay, he goes to college at the age of 13 because he's a genius, right? Because Fugo is just smart. And then his teacher was doing some really weird stuff. His teacher is weird, you know. He was talking about going over again to help him out with some homework. I don't think there was, I don't think they were doing homework. I don't think that's what that was about. If you ask me, in my professional opinion, as an observer of situations, but he was acting weird. He was trying to take his tie off, and then Fugo beat the shit out of him with the book. A really heavy book at that. They made note of it. Iluso points out. I forget what the exact measurement and weight was, but it was like a big ass encyclopedia, and he beat him to death with it. Cause he wanted to help Fugo do his homework. So I think that kind of justifies Fugo being very, very, very angry at people. If his teacher was trying to do that, and then you had people in the background, like other kids and shit. Well, not even kids, but like other young adults, I should say, at the college that were like, oh yeah, I heard he gets around with the teacher and they do stuff. That's crazy, man. That's a big whoa, big yikes. But I do like that they actually have this in here to include some sort of extra bit of depth to Fugo's character. Fugo being really angry and shit. You gotta be super angry when stuff like that happens, and people are being extremely weird. And then it's like after that, his family disowns him, so he starts going around and he's pickpocketing people and he's robbing people and shit to survive and not die. And then he bumps into Bucciolati in a restaurant when he's trying to dine and dash, and Bucciolati's like, hey, join the gang. So it was really good. It was really good. I kept switching between Giorno and Abbacchio's points in their arguments within this episode. Dude, this episode was really great for Giorno and Abbacchio doing stuff. So, what is the place called? What is the place called? What town are they in right now? I forget. Pompeii. There you go. It was Pompeii. That's where they were going. So they go to Pompeii because they get a message from the boss, and it's like, oh, you gotta find this key. And this key is gonna be the key to the vehicle. You guys are gonna use to transport my daughter to me. So it's like, okay, cool. So that's the objective of the episode. So they get to Pompeii, which we get the Fugo backstory halfway in the episode. That's pretty much how most of the backstories are. It's either right at the very beginning, or it's halfway in. There was a couple episodes, when they did Giorno's backstory, it was right in the beginning of the episode. And I think Mista's was also like that. Actually, Mista's might have been halfway through the fight. I'm not sure. No, I think Mista's was at the beginning of the episode, and then the rest of the fight was the end. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I had to make a mental note. Remember real quick. So they get to Pompeii. They're searching around for the key. Fugo gets sucked into the mirror world. Iluso shows up with Man in the Mirror, which, by the way, Iluso looks really damn good in the anime, extremely good. And I made note of this before when we saw him and everybody else in La Squadra when they showed them off all early and stuff. But I really can't stress enough, everybody looks great in the anime. And I think Iluso looks really cool. He reminds me a lot of Steely Dan, which somebody also made a post on Twitter about that a while ago when they first showed La Squadra, a couple weeks back. They said that he kind of looked like Steely Dan, and they posted the screenshot, and I can agree on that. He kind of does look like Steely Dan, but with red eyes, which is pretty cool. So Iluso shows up. He's got Man in the Mirror, which they're calling Mirror Man in the sub. That's the English localized name. I think that's perfectly fine. You just got rid of Man in the, or you just got rid of in the, and then you just made it Mirror Man. Actually, that would mean that it would be Man Mirror. So they jumbled it around a little bit, but you guys get the point. By the way, this shot was really good. It looks really good with Fugo and Purple Haze. So Purple Haze also gets introduced because he's stuck in the mirror trying to fight Iluso, and then he tries to summon Purple Haze and shit, but he's like, oh no, why is my stand not showing up? I can feel it, but it's not here. And it turns out that his stand is stuck outside of the mirror, along with Abbacchio and Giorno. And Purple Haze is already getting way more screen time than he does in the manga. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Purple Haze hype. Actually mad hype. Because in the manga, you don't see Purple Haze on screen much at all. I think there's probably like 6 or 7 panels with Purple Haze, and that's it. Which is pretty fucking ridiculous. It's probably more than that. I'm hoping it's more than that. If you guys know the exact number for it, let me know. But it's like a really low number, so already we have way more screen time, which is great. Because Purple Haze is a really cool stand. Like, ridiculously cool. So, they did a really good job, by the way, with Purple Haze. I actually want to talk a little bit more about the stand. Because, Corner, you just pointed out something that I think is a little detail that should be appreciated. In Purple Haze cleaning off its spit, and Abbacchio makes the note of it, and he's like, you know, he doesn't like to get dirty and stuff. He wants to keep himself clean, because the stand itself is like not too smart or whatever. He's just kind of there because he's just the personification of Fugo's anger, which is why Purple Haze is all berserk mode and like crazy and shit and just all over the place, right? He's like, he's insane. He's a wacko. He's in sicko mode. And Abbacchio points this out, and he's like, you know, I don't think if Fugo could control him, he would let his stand just sit around and do that, because, like, Purple Haze is always drooling and shit, and it ended up drooling all over itself, and then his hands got dirty from, like, punching and stuff, and, like, his wrists were dirty, so he was, like, trying to spit on his wrists and, like, clean his wrists and get the dirt off and clean his legs and stuff, and I think that's just, like, a really cool, small little detail and showing that, I almost said personas, because of the persona music in the background. But I think this is a really nice detail to show off the whole thing with the stands having their own personality, and stands also just like being a little bit of a different side of the user, and also the fact that, which we'll be seeing more of this later, you know, stands kind of just do things on their own sometimes, and they can completely just act on their own, which I think is something that people just forget. And I hope that they acknowledge this at a later point in Vento Aureo. Wink wonk, nudge nudge. I don't want to spoil for anime onlys, because it's very late game. But when we get to that point, that you guys have read Vento Aureo, know what I'm talking about, we'll see more of stands just like doing their own thing and being like, you know, I'm kind of like my own sentient being. And I thought that was just like a really nice thing to include into the episode. And having Abbacchio there to explain this is pretty cool, because Giorno's unfamiliar with it. I like how Abbacchio is like, hey, look, I'm not trying to help you or anything, but I just don't want to make sure that any of us get hurt too bad or anything. And he's like, it's not like I care or anything. You know, Abbacchio's being a hard-headed pain in the ass, but he's still being useful and still helping out Giorno in the sense of, you know, I'm not really concerned about Fugo, but Fugo's stand is pretty damn scary. I think Fugo will be okay, but you have to watch out for Purple Haze, because he's got diseases that come out in little capsules on his hands, and it's kind of like this little poison looking mist thing, and what it does is it just like kills you really quickly, because it will enter your body or whatever, whether you inhale it or just through the air, because it's really fucking broken, and it'll just multiply itself when it makes its way into your system, and then you die really fast. So Purple Haze is dangerous. That's why Fugo doesn't fight a lot with his stand. It's also why we don't really see Fugo do much more aside from this fight, which, yeah, by the way, you're not going to see him do anything else with Purple Haze for the whole rest of the part, unfortunately, after this fight is over. So after next week, that is literally it for Purple Haze. In terms of the stand doing anything, it's very upsetting that he doesn't get a little more screen time. But maybe, just maybe, if they do make a Purple Haze feedback OVA, then you get to see more Purple Haze and more Fugo shenanigans. And that'll be cool. Which I hope they do. We keep saying we hope, because I hope that they just do these things, because that's all we can really do, because you just never know when it's going to happen, or if it will happen. But considering they've done all these Rohan OVAs, maybe we'll get Purple Haze feedback, but I hope they do it. Oh, you guys are yelling at me in chat over how I say Abbacchio instead of Abbacchio. Abbacchio. Yeah, I know you can say it like that, but Abbacchio sounds better, even if it's wrong, which that's fine. And also, since we're talking about namesakes, and we've been doing this like every week whenever we talk about the characters, I don't know if Illuso's name is supposed to be a pun on illusion or not, and the whole, you know, man in the mirror aspect being illusion, popping up only in the mirror, taking you into the mirror world. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not at all. You would think that I would know these things, but unfortunately, I'm not familiar with every little bit of trivia when it comes to JoJo or anything, really. If you ask me for trivia on random stuff, most of the time I have no idea. Unless I'm going to do a video on something and then I'm like researching it, and I'm looking into everything, and then I'm not really paying attention to all the small little details unless I sit down and think about it. Sans have a conscious, really nice idea. Somewhat explored in the part, it gives more depth and an extension of the personalities of the stand users. Illuso means diluted in Italian. Okay. Alright, so that also goes into the whole stand name gimmick thing. Not gimmick, but you know what I mean. I just can't think of the word for it right now. It ties in with the theme. There we go. Also, yeah. David Pro has been extremely horny. I don't know why they, like, were sitting down and they were like, hey, you know, we're just going to draw a Baccio grabbing Giorno by his chest, and we're going to, like, zoom in on him doing so. It was just kind of funny. But I don't know why they've been, like, so on that. It was like last episode you have him grabbing him by the chin and shit. Now you've got him just, like, full on grabbing his chest like, yo, listen to me or else. And it's like, well, you gonna kick his ass? And it's like, well, I'm still gonna ignore you because I'm Giorno Giovanna and I think that we should stay. And he also, like, poked Giorno's chest. And it was like, I saw somebody posted, they posted a screenshot of it and they were like, rubber duck noise. Somebody please make an edit of that. That'd be fucking hilarious. Him just poking Giorno's chest, and the second his finger touches his chest, it's just like, quack. You know, however rubber ducks sound. There's a multitude of different rubber duck sound effects you could go with. But I think that's funny. I think that's really funny. I mean, it's extremely horny. And unfortunately, Man in the Mirror's fight won't be done until next week because all these fights are taking pretty much 2 episodes. But that's fine. That's fine. Because one fight that's coming up, the next fight after this one actually, the Grateful Dead fight, I think that might be like, well, it's probably going to be 2 episodes, but if it's 3 episodes, I'm not going to be surprised. That's all I'm saying. If it's like 3 episodes worth, I'm fine with that. You can feel the pressure he put into Giorno's chest. I'm saying, like, dude, like, he, like, touches him, and it's like, you can feel the impact, you know? There's, like, squish in the animation, which is a really good thing to do, by the way. Because it's like they're drawing it and it's like you're looking at it and it makes you think that you can feel the contact. Like, that's so good. That's really good. Which, we're going to change music. Is this what I want? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. More jazz music. I need to put some more variety in stream music. But most of the time when we're just sitting down talking, it's just like smooth jazz, calm stuff. It's raining really hard right now. Where I live, there are flash flood warnings. The corner of my house, okay, so from my front door, there's like a cul-de-sac. It's like 2 houses away from me, and like that corner of that street is like flooded because there's a drainage thing there. So it's raining pretty hard, but that just means I get to stay home and have an excuse to talk about JoJo, because you know what? I'm not going anywhere in this rain. I'm going to just stay here and talk about Baccio grabbing Giorno's chest and telling him to stop talking back. And Fugo looks really good here too. I always love when they do these zoom-ins with all the bits of detail and like all the dark shading on the faces and stuff and the color swaps, dude. That's one of my favorite things about the JoJo anime. It's so aesthetically pleasing. It's very visually, it's eye-catching, you know? It's visually appealing, it's eye candy, it's just really nice to look at. And Purple Haze looks super good in all these frames, dude. He looks so fucking good. It looks so good. I hope we get a new opening or different visuals for the opening. I'm cool with the new opening and the new ending. And I'm also cool with them just changing visuals to match the further we go in. And if they do just change visuals, I bit my tongue there. I think that'll be really funny later on when characters die. And it's supposed to be a really dramatic scene, or it's like you have a really crazy cliffhanger, and then we just cut to horny music. You know, it's always funny. It's been funny every single week. Now it's like right here, Fugo looks like he's about to get bodied by Luso and Man in the Mirror, and then it just cuts away to horny music. So every other bit of context we get to that is gonna be great. So many David Pro exclusive scenes. My God, they didn't do this effort with my favorite part. Oh, you're talking about part 4. Yeah, everybody recently has been on this like hate bandwagon of saying that the part 4 anime is really bad and awful and garbage because of how good Vento Aureo is. And it's not Vento Areo's fault, of course, because they've definitely put in more effort and more time into this. And you can just tell, even from the very first episode, like everybody's like, okay, this is going to be way better than any other part of JoJo animated yet. And it's a shame that Diamond is Unbreakable didn't turn out the same. But they were like also doing that week to week. While this was just like, hey, we have the episode done like months ahead. And we're going to screen it in like, what was it? Italy, Japan, and the US. So it's like they've had this shit done for a while. So they've definitely put the time into refining stuff. And when we get Blu-rays for Vento Aureo, oof, it's probably going to look even better. It's going to look glorious. I can't wait. Can't wait. And these Illuso shots right here, man. Oh my God, they're so good. The color changes and music paid off for Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah, Diamond is Unbreakable still looks good. It doesn't look as good as this, definitely. But the episodes of Diamond is Unbreakable that do look really good look amazing. And that's why I've been like upset that so many people have been slandering it and like saying a bunch of dumb shit about it. Because it's like, if you're actually watching this or you actually watched it and you watched it weekly, like I watched it weekly, like pretty much everybody else did. And I was making review videos for it just like I am now. Except now we have streams. But before I was doing review videos for every episode, and I'm paying attention to everything because I want to talk about everything in the review. And I still thought that episodes looked good. Sure, there's moments everybody can be like, oh, quality queen, her. It's like the big killer queen reveal and it looks garbage, her. And it looks bad. I'm not going to lie. For a couple seconds. And then it looks really good. And then it looks okay. And then it looks really good again. And then when we see later stuff, it looks amazing. Like, yeah, the rat fight. Dude, the rat episode is gorgeous. That's the best looking Diamond is Unbreakable episode and one of the best looking episodes of JoJo. Why do they put so much effort and focus into that? I don't know. But that episode is really good. And I also think that arc is amazing. It's got a lot more significance to it than people give it enough credit for. And I'll probably end up making a video on it soon. Because actually, you bringing that up now just like, it sparked my curiosity to talk about it more. Because it's one of those things where you finally get an actual Jotaro Josuke interaction aside from like the very beginning where it's just the two of them, and Jotaro is like mentoring Josuke and teaching him how to use his stand better and be more aware of everything because Jotaro is a genius. Jotaro fought Dio, you know, Jotaro's got feats, and he's fought a bunch of different kinds of stands and won his battles because Jotaro's a genius. And that connection between him and Josuke, you know, Josuke being his uncle and stuff, it's like he learns a lot from him. And it makes that episode really good. It's really nice. And I wish that people gave it more credit. Everybody's like, oh, why does the fucking rat episode look so good? They just fought a rat, her. But it's like, there's so much more to it than just them fighting a rat. And that's what makes that arc good. And I just wish people would, you know, pay attention to these things. And also, yes, Corner. People don't understand anything about in-between frames. Or just taking one screenshot out of context. And then posting it, or it's like somebody pauses the episode like over and over and they're going frame by frame just to get one frame of animation where it's in the middle of a movement and the face looks funny. Like, you can't animate every single part flawlessly. It's just impossible. Nobody has all the time and money and resources to just draw everything perfectly. I swear the worst animation in DIU has to be Yoshikage Kira Wants a Quiet Life. Not gonna lie, the Blu-ray didn't do enough justice. The episode is okay. It's not too bad. I don't think it's that bad. The joke's old, but people... It's a really bad joke. It's not even like, oh, it's funny to be like, haha, bad animation. No, because people are saying animation, but they're posting a screenshot. That's not animation. That's a screenshot. It is not... Like, animation is things in movement. You posting one still frame of an in-between shot is not saying that the animation is good. That's art. There's a difference between art style and animation, but people are dumb. Y'all ain't ready for this conversation, though. Yeah, exactly, Corner. People focus more on the rat than they do between Jotaro teaching Josuke. It's really upsetting. It's disappointing. Grateful Dead and Beach Boys long enough to be 4 episodes with the relationship between Pesci and Prosciutto being explored? Yes, maybe. I think that'll be 3 episodes at most. It could just be another 2-parter because, you know, anime's fast. I think it will be 3 episodes, though. That's my guess for it right now. Because this is episode 12. Episode 13 is going to be the end of Man in the Mirror. Episode 14 is going to be, like, downtime before fight. And then I think episodes 15, 16, and 17... will be the Grateful Dead fight. And that's going to be sick. The I Am an Alien episode with Mikitaka. Oh, dude, that episode is fucking... It's funny. With Superfly. There's a couple, like, good screens here and there in it that look really nice. And then everything else is just, like, ew. But it's fine because... if they were just like, you know what, we have to try harder now, then they gave us Vento Aureo. And look at how nice every single screenshot that's on screen for the stream looks. Like, these all look really good, so I'm fine with them falling off and making this look really good. Bruno is always lonely, eating alone in the restaurant and all flashbacks. Yeah, Bruno's always just by himself in the flashbacks, which is fine, because, you know, he was out scouting and shit, like, hey, you know, we've got stuff to do. And I keep getting emergency alerts on my phone about the flash floods. It started vibrating hard as shit. I thought something else happened, or I was getting a call. That's crazy. But it's water. I can swim. I'll be fine. Yeah, the alien episode in DIU is funny. Vento Aureo is just Vento Aureo, like that's Vento Oro, is the Spanish of Golden Wind, which is Vento Aureo in Italian. So it's all the same thing. That's why I say Vento Aureo. It's the same as Golden Wind. Or Viento Oro, if you say it in Spanish like I do. What's up, Jessen? How you doing? I still think Part 5 shows how much more passion from the studio or even a bigger budget would have improved Part 4's anime by a lot. It makes Part 4 look lackluster in comparison. I also think it's just like, it's just one of those, once again, like time constraint things. Like they were doing everything every week. They didn't take any breaks or anything like that. They didn't work on it ahead of time. Like, notice the gap between Diamond is Unbreakable's anime and Vento Aureo. There was like, it was 2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years. 2 years ago is when Diamond is Unbreakable ended. That's so crazy. It's already been 2 years. 2 years here on the channel. 2 years with all the JoJo lads, getting Caleb into JoJo, talking to everybody else, meeting Julian and Mehdi. And damn, that's that's been a long time, dude. It's been a really long time. But yeah, they had 2 years to just go and do all this stuff and focus on whatever other projects they were doing. Part 4 looks fine in the Blu-rays. Yeah, it looks a lot better because they went back and, you know, polished everything for the Blu-rays. Part 5 has a couple stinkers like episode 11. Episode 11 looked pretty nice. There was a couple of it was one of the earlier episodes where there was a couple of moments where it looked kind of jank, and I was trying to tell people that because they were like, oh, it's so much more flawless than the first 4 episodes of Diamond is Unbreakable. There was like a big argument I was having with somebody, and I was posting screenshots, and they're like, oh, but that doesn't prove anything. And it's like, well, you're using screenshots for Diamond is Unbreakable to say that it looks bad, and then using other screenshots where it looks good. Like, you can't use screenshots where one thing purposely looks good and the other purposely looks bad to say that one looks better than the other, you know? I'm gonna go under the assumption that the teacher died getting beat by Fugo with the book because all that blood on the wall. I know they don't say anything, but I just think it's fitting. And they added more to it to add some flair, so that'll be my own little headcanon. I think Fugo killed that nigga. Ended his shit. He said, boy, and then beat him with a book. Do you know how angry you have to be to beat somebody half to death or to death with a book? You understand how hard that book has to be? Where you have to, like, there's so many factors into that. Yo, Fugo is a sicko. Fugo is a sicko. I've listened to some of the songs on the soundtrack so far. Yes, Corner, they are really good. And that's why I always get really excited to watch these episodes too. Like, the music in today's episode is really great. I think all the tracks are awesome. And the character themes are really good too. The character themes are fucking amazing. I think the Part 5 anime is the first part better than the manga. I think all the other parts are... Well, I won't say all the other parts are better. I'll say... Okay, so parts 1 and 2 I think look better than the manga. Because the manga came out way forever ago in the 80s. So the art style was drastically different compared to how the anime looks, of course. And then, you know, animation over drawings is like, there's a big difference between the two. You can make it look really good or really bad between the two. But they did a really good job with part 1 and 2 anime. I think those look drastically better than the manga. Fugo denies an invitation to Nambla. I have no idea what that is. I'm probably being stupid and I'm gonna get meme domed for that. And you're gonna like hit me with a joke, but I genuinely don't know. Three, I'd say the manga is way better. I like Part 3's manga, but I also really like the Part 3 anime. I think Part 3's anime is amazing. It's awesome. Vento Aureo is definitely the best animated part so far, though. And by the end of it, I can 100% say that, you know, guaranteed I think that, because it'll be done, and then it's like, you know, I have my full thoughts on the whole entire thing. But so far, I think that Part 5's anime is the best animated part. Part 1 manga is really good. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that, like, that's bad by any means, or Part 2 manga. Even though Part 2 is my least favorite part, I still think it's cool and good to an extent. Just not as good as the other parts. And I will always say that any single time I ever say that I don't like Part 2, just to remind people, just in case they think I'm just like bashing it or some shit. Yeah, cut content, censorship, things like that can always make an anime not as good as the manga. That's why I like source material. And I always try to go and look at the original versions of things over remakes or reboots, unless the reboot or remake or whatever it is like really good. I always try to go to source material. Like with games and stuff like that too, it's like, you know, if they made a remake of the game and the remake is better, play the remake. Like I played Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of Yakuza 1. And not Yakuza 1 on PS2. I did play Yakuza 2 on PS2, and then I played Kiwami 2 when that came out. Because I played Yakuza 2 before Kiwami 2 was even out. Gotta love the lack of censoring in Part 5. Dude, there was, like, censorship in the first episode when Giorno spit out the fingers from his mouth. And, like, that was it. There hasn't really been, like, much else where they're like, oh, no, we have to black this out. You have to smudge this out. You have to make it look really weird. How would I feel if we didn't get a part 6 anime? Like, if they skipped it and went to part 7 or some shit? I would say fuck David, bro. I would never, ever again like JoJo. I would stop making JoJo content. I would live under a rock and cry myself to sleep every night. And probably get eaten by wolves and starve to death or something really drastic like that. I would be very upset. I don't think they're going to do it, though. It'll take a while before we get it, and that I am fine with. Because I would rather they take their time and make it look good like they did with this. Because Stone Ocean has really good designs and really good use of color, and everything is super colorful and really cool looking. So I think that they can utilize a lot of that with the anime when they do get to it. That was nearly rat episode uncensored versions level. Yeah, the crows are just like straight up rotting and stuff, and they looked really gross. But I'm glad they haven't been censoring a bunch of crazy stuff. I still think when we do get to Metallica, they're gonna do it for sure. And it's funny because I thought like a year ago when I made the Narancia versus Little Feet meme video, the one that I just remade the shitpost for, I was like, oh, when we get to this fight in the anime, we're just gonna see a big black screen because they're not gonna show him getting shot up a bunch of times. And then they just showed it anyways, and that always catches me off guard. I keep forgetting that I have the world sound effect. What's up, free meme guy? Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that, man. Nah, I don't think, because JoJo has become like a global thing, and it's hit global popularity and global success. I don't think they're gonna just not do Stone Ocean just because Japan doesn't like it as much. I don't think they'll do that. That's like saying that they wouldn't do Steel Ball Run because Japan doesn't like it as much. Like, I don't think they're ever gonna do that. Do I think they'll do a Steel Ball Run anime? Maybe. Everybody's always like, oh, how are they going to draw a bunch of horses? Look, you're either going to have derpy looking ass horses that are going to look like Quality Queen, or you're going to have CG horses and everybody else is going to be drawn. Yeah, Anasui's still going to be a guy. Anasui stays a guy. Like, after the initial reveal, Anasui stays a guy. They're not going to change any of that. What's up, Howeeby? How you doing? Stone Ocean anime will be really good. I'm almost done with that Stone Ocean video, by the way, guys. I know I keep saying that, but I'm definitely gonna have it out before New Year's. That's gonna be my like big bang before we go into 2019. Oh my God, we're gonna be in 2019 soon. But that's gonna be my big bang, which I kind of gave a bit of a preview about some of the things I had to say about Stone Ocean in yesterday's video, which you guys should go watch, by the way. That was Communist Days 2 through, what was it? 2 through 8 or like 9 or something. I lost track. This is like day 9 Communist. I gotta sit down and work on tomorrow's Communist video, and then Sundays, Mondays, and I think Tuesday is Christmas. Yeah, Tuesday's Christmas. Wow, holy shit. The zero gravity fight will look so sick if it's animated. Yeah, it'll look amazing. Do you think they'll reanimate the Fugo spin-off manga or Golden Heart, Golden Ring? Or not reanimate, animate. Ooh, I hope so, Kels. I really do. I really do hope that they do that. I wouldn't even say like the middle of Stone Ocean Max. And I talked about this yesterday briefly. But it's like so it's in the middle, but I don't think the whole middle part is bad. Just 2 arcs. Two small arcs. And I know everybody shits on Dragon's Dream. I don't think the Dragon's Dream part is bad. I think after that, Survivor and like Yo-Yo Ma, I think those parts are whack. But then right after that, you have a really sick part with Green Baby and Poochie. Like, that was really good. That was really good. Which I don't want to talk too much about that right now because we're still supposed to be talking about Vento Aureo, but we get sidetracked when we mention, hey, what about this getting animated? And that's fine. Fuck Planet Waves. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Survivor. It's just like whatever. Everybody's fighting. Who cares? Speaking of everybody fighting, I keep getting comments because of the Battle Royale JoJo thing. Oh, peace out, Corner. I'll catch you later. And I keep getting comments from people on the JoJo Battle Royale announcement video, and they're like, no way, this is real. How are they going to do 100 people? There's not even 100 stand users, this and that, da-da-da-da. So it's like 20-man matches, I think is what the Gamatsu post says. And there's literally a YouTube link that I posted in the description of the video, of my video. I posted the YouTube link to the official trailer from Bandai's official YouTube channel. So it's like, no, it's real. I don't get why people are like, oh my god, there's no way this is real. Like, no, it's real. I understand being surprised at it being real, but like, don't say that it looks fake or anything like that, because it's literally posted by them. Like, they're the ones that announced it. It's an official announcement, so. Torture dance is an emote. Dude, that game is going to be crazy. Like, definitely if it gets put on PS4, even if it's in Japanese, I'm importing it and playing it. Which, that's going to be weird how they're going to handle that. Is it going to be free? You're going to have to pay for it? Is it just going to be like a download? Like, there's a lot of different things they could do with it. I'm excited, though. I know people are, like, not happy with the idea. Or think it's going to be, like, completely bad immediately. But I think it'll be cool. Like, it's a cool idea, you know? And more new JoJo content is always appreciated, regardless of what it is. What are they going to change Metallica's name to? I don't know if Metallica has a localized name. I'm going to check on the wiki right now. Because some of the stands have, like, localized names that haven't been in anime yet because of the video games. I don't know if they've ever mentioned Metallica. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, Metallica does have an English name from the Eyes of Heaven English localization. It's just Metallic. So that's straight up all they did to it. They just made it Metallic instead of Metallica. That's going to be a really dope fight. That's definitely going to get censored like crazy. But I still am going to appreciate every last bit of it. Even if the entire screen is just black screen and we don't understand what's going on. Just because I love it. I love that fight so much. It's so cool. I think the stand is awesome. It's definitely one of my favorite stands and has become one of my favorite stands. When you look at everything that it can do, it's ridiculous. It's a really good stand. What's next on music? Nah, that's too hype. That's too hype. That's Kingdom Hearts music, but it's like, it's too exciting. I don't know. We need something chill. You know what? This works. WarioWare Inc. from Brawl. I've always liked the WarioWare music. It's really good. Yeah, right now it is arcade only. And I think it's going to stay like that for a while. I don't think they're going to, like, talk about it being on console yet until it does good. All the color and design of Man in the Mirror in the anime. Yeah, Man in the Mirror looks really nice. It looks really nice. I love it. Could we officially give up hope of light novels getting animated? I think we have enough evidence that this anime is going to be exclusively based on the manga. No. Because they went and still did a billion Rohan OVAs. And I know I always say a billion Rohan OVAs, even though it's way less than that. But it's just funny to say that. And I just think that if they can do that, there's still a possibility of, you know, doing other stuff. So that's why I don't mind it. But I hope they do animate Purple Haze feedback. That'll be dope. I really hope Doppio and Diavolo don't have the same voice actor. Hopefully they have an actor with a really good voice range. I think they'll have different voices. Or the voice actor will just be good enough to have like the deep Diavolo voice and then have like a higher pitched voice for Doppio. Because even in games, you don't hear Doppio speak a lot. There's a couple like voice lines I think they have recorded for Doppio in Eyes of Heaven and All-Star Battle. And it sounds different from Diavolo, where Diavolo has this like deep ass voice when he's all, you know, talking and stuff. So I think they'll, do something different with it. This screenshot is really funny. I gotta start making memes with it. There's so much potential with the mirror screenshots of Fugo just like looking in the mirror and there being something behind him, or Luso being behind him. Like, there's so much potential with that. I think that we gotta start cranking out these memes, fellas. I think that's what we gotta do. I wish I had a longer version of this. Is Jorno going to save Fugo? I don't know. We'll find out next time. That is when we shall find out. Next week. On the 28th. 3 days on Christmas. By the way, I don't know what I'm doing on Christmas yet. And I know it's Christmas and everybody's like with their family and out and doing stuff, but I might stream like Smash or something on Christmas, or like, I don't know, because I'm probably gonna be getting myself Pokemon Let's Go on like Christmas, or like Zelda or something. So like if I end up getting one of those, then I might stream that. We might do a Christmas stream is what I'm saying, basically. I don't know yet, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm even gonna be home on Christmas, but if I'm home, I think I may stream during the afternoon. So if you guys are also not doing anything on Christmas, then stop by. We could talk, play games. I might play Smash also. We could just like sit down and play Smash. I do want to do a Smash stream and just play Smash with you guys. But you guys want to hear something funny? OBS hates me. I know it's working right now for all this stuff on stream right now. But OBS hates me. And it always takes so long, I don't know why, to connect to my capture card and actually have it work. I don't know why it takes so much effort for my Elgato to work with OBS. Because I was trying to set it up earlier, because I was like, maybe I'll do a Smash stream tonight. And it just doesn't want to work. So I'm going to have to keep trying until it eventually works. And until then, I can't really do anything. But it just doesn't want to connect. I don't know why. It's so disappointing. Like the car scene at the start of the episode, because it shows that Abbacchio doesn't always want Jorno to die every second. Yeah, Abbacchio's just really angry and untrustworthy. And when you look at his backstory, it's fine for him to be untrustworthy of, like, you know, new people just randomly showing up and being like, hey, I'm here, you can trust me. Considering that that's how his partner got killed. Can't blame the guy. But he's definitely a little over the top when it comes to bothering Giorno. But he doesn't do it all out of bad interest. He even says it himself, you know, he's like, you know, it's not like I want to look after you, but like I also don't want us all to get hurt, so. He's just concerned. Oh no, I don't think they're gonna like put Purple Haze feedback like into the anime. No, it'll be like separate if they just like do a OVA. You know, OVA's what is it? Original video animation or something like that. I forget what the what it stands for, what the acronym is, but it'll be its own separate thing. Bruno looks the same age throughout all the flashbacks. Yeah, Bruno doesn't ever really look different. Bacho was angry. Someone else yelled at Giorno. He was jealous. Look, all I'm saying about Abbacchio is he's cool and all. I have grown to like him more over the years. But he gotta chill. Like, he's gotta chill on my boy, alright? You don't poke Giorno in the titty. That's rude. You also don't yell at him. I don't mind Fugo having green now instead of like the strawberry, pink, red-ish color. I like green Fugo. It looks pretty cool. What he needs to do, though, is get some damn pants. Like actual pants. Wear something under your clothes, Fugo. You're wearing rags and you're in a gang. Like, you can get some high-class shit, dude. You guys have money. You have stands. You can get whatever you want. You have a fucking stand. And you have a ridiculously broken stand, too. I'd say don't worry too much about it, Kels. And, like, you know, if we don't get the OVA, then, like, oh, well, it sucks. But, I mean, you know, there's not much else we can do about it. But be grateful for how good everything is right now. So that's just, like, my thing with it. Because when Diamond is Unbreakable was coming out, everybody's like, I wonder if they're going to animate Rohan OVAs. And then here we are, like 2 Rohan OVAs in. So, and they'll probably do more. They will probably do more. What time is it? 2. Let's see, it's almost 2:30. I'm kind of hungry, not going to lie. I've been streaming for about an hour. So I think you guys know what that means, fellas. It is time to wrap things up. What is going to be our outro music for today? You know what? This is good music right here. Yeah, this is not fitting at all for outro, but you know what? It's cool. What is the turtle and its stand called in the sub? Are you talking about Coco Jumbo? Coco Jumbo. Mr. President. It's gonna be we're gonna be seeing Coco Jumbo next week. Coco Jumbo. Mr. President. And the key. Which also means we'll be seeing them inside of in the room soon. That's gonna be funny. Simple and Clean Donald remix, dude. Simple and Clean Donald is powerful, but Simple and Clean is like super copyrighted for reasons. I said turtle has no name in the manga. It's like the namesake of Coco Jumbo, or Mr. President. Well, rather, Mr. President is the stand. So the thing with the turtle, so the turtle is like the turtle is Coco Jumbo, and Mr. President is the stand, which is the room inside the turtle, and that's why they get the key. I know, small spoilers for anime onlys. I apologize for kind of just like saying that, but it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, that's the turtle. The turtle is Coco Jumbo. Mr. President is the stand. They get the key. Put it on the turtle, and then it unlocks the room. So the key is part of the stand. At least that's what makes the most sense. But it's JoJo, so the key could just be part of the turtle, because that is something that JoJo would do. But that being said, guys, is Coco Jumbo French? I don't know. I'm honestly not even sure where they get the Coco Jumbo name from. I could try to look it up. Okay, this is kind of funny. Coco Jumbo's localized Eyes of Heaven name is Coco Large. I didn't even know that. Okay, so okay, this makes sense now. So it's called Coco Jumbo, and then the stand is Mr. President. Coco Jambo is a Mr. President song, so that's where they get Coco Jumbo from. That makes a little more sense. Oh, you're making jokes. Oh. I should have caught on to that sooner, but I did want to look this up out of curiosity, just to be like, hey, wait, actually, where did they get this from? But yeah, fellas, Actually, well, we could talk for a couple more minutes. We'll hit the hour mark, and then we'll finish because it's like 54 minutes. And I might as well hit the hour mark. Like, hey, we streamed for an hour. So anything else you guys want to talk about the episode? These last couple of minutes. Overall, I think it was amazing. I can't wait. Illuso looks really cool. He looks really good. I like the way he looks a lot in the anime. They did him justice. Because he just has a really good design overall. This Giorno frame is kind of funny. He looks really ugly in the mirror. But Illuso looks great. He really does look like Steely Dan. I think I have some Steely Dan pictures. I'm gonna see if I have a Steely Dan picture. And if not, I will get one. Okay, I do have a picture of Steely Dan. Okay, so we're gonna hide this for a second, and then I'm gonna get an Illuso screenshot. We're gonna put these up side by side. You think the anime will satisfactorily explain King Crimson? I want it to, cause everybody, like all the JoJo YouTubers, so me, Medi, Caleb, and Julian, Xforts, we have all made videos explaining King Crimson. I redid my King Crimson video a couple months back because I was like, I wanted to redo it because it was one of my first videos and I wanted to just, you know, do it again and make it better. So I hope, and I mean I hope really hard, that they don't make it confusing or stupid and it makes sense. And if people don't get it, then we all have videos explaining it, so you know, you guys can just go watch the videos where we talk about it and we explain how it works, because that is what we do. Okay, we're going to pull these up. So here's Steely Dan and here's Illuso. The Steely Dan picture is like a really weird resolution, so it looks kind of weird. Yeah, they're like not the same resolution, so it's gonna look a little weird. But look at these guys. Look at these lads. Look at them. Tell me that's not father and son. You can't. Look, they have similar hairstyles. They look really nice. They both have a very strong jawline. Do you see these jawlines? Yo, they could probably like bite your neck off. I don't know. They could bite your head right off your neck. Strong jaw. And then they have the like red eyes. And the same eyebrow shape too. Dude, this is just too coincidental. It's just too coincidental. It's father and son right here. You can't tell me. Steely Dan was 100% a player. He probably went to Italialand and then Illuso was born. Boom. That's the headcanon. There you go. There's his backstory. David Pro doesn't have to explain anything. Araki doesn't have to explain anything. I just decoded it right here live on stream in front of all you people. Which, by the way, thank you guys for showing up. Hope you guys all have a very wonderful Friday. It's like video editing and splicing in a stand power. Boom. Yeah, you just skip. You just skip. And then that's it. It's King Crimson. You just skip. I had some people ask if King Crimson was similar to the world, because they were like, well, the world stops time. Isn't he stopping time? It's like, no, he's erasing time. And it's essentially skipping, while Dio's time stop is a very straightforward, I'm stopping time for a couple seconds, which is always funny, because it's like, how do you stop time for an amount of time? What's funny? But it'd be like that. So, now we've been streaming for about an hour. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream, sticking around and stuff. We hit 8,000 subscribers the other day. So, thank you guys all for subscribing. Anybody that's new or recently has subbed or has been here for a long time, I appreciate all you guys so much. I want to get to 10K. That's my next milestone. Hopefully we get to 10K soon. We're at 8K. So we just need 2,000 more people to sit around and hopefully like me enough to stay. Because I don't think I'm too likable. But you know what is likable? JoJo. So hopefully more people get into it. Everybody's actually been talking about it recently. Like, a lot more people are getting into JoJo now with Vento Aureo. That makes me happy. I'm super, super, super excited for more JoJo content and news and stuff to just be released. I still have to go read the most recent JoJo, speaking of, so I'm probably going to do that now after the stream is done. Yeah, Kels, we do this every week. We're going to be doing this every week up until the very last episode. And then probably like after the last episode of Vento Aureo, like a week after, I'll probably do a like stream, or I'll see if I can get everybody for a podcast. I'll get Julian, Caleb, and Medi, say they're free, and we'll just talk about Vento Aureo's anime as a whole, because we've talked about Vento Aureo so much. And we have the original very first podcast that I did with Medi and Zip and Sofa, where we talked about Vento Aureo, and then me, Medi, and Zip talked about Vento Aureo again when the anime got announced over the summer. We did a podcast episode, so we'll probably talk about it again when it's all done, and that'll be really fun. I think that'll be really fun, sitting down with the guys and just being like, hey, this anime was really fucking good. So thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you're new. Share this with people. Share yesterday's video with people, the Communist video. That took a lot of work because I had to do like 6 days worth of videos in one video. Which is funny enough because it was like a 12-minute video, but it was like 30 minutes of commentary because of messing up lines and doing all that stuff. It's always crazy. I think people don't pay attention to how much work actually goes into stuff like that. And I didn't even have like super duper crazy editing in my videos either. My stuff is pretty straightforward and to the point, but that's just how I am as a person. So thank you guys so much for showing up. Enough random rambling and stuff. Everybody have a nice Friday. Go enjoy your day. Go do something cool. Go do something fun. Follow me on Twitter @FreyKugel. You can join the Discord. I know I've been saying, hey, we got to be more active in the Discord. It's just people don't talk, and I don't talk either, so I can't blame the people when I'm not saying much either. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because we're going to be uploading more Communist up until Christmas, and then maybe we'll stream on Christmas, and then maybe also we'll get back to streaming some more Nocturne if I can get OBS cooperating with me and my capture card works. So yeah, thank you guys. Remember these two right here, this guy and this guy, they are father and son. Anybody that tells you otherwise is wrong. I am the only source on this. Trust me 100%. My uncle is Hirohiko Araki himself, and he told me this, and I would never lie to you guys because I appreciate you guys too much. So thank you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Oh, and remember to drink milk. Milk is really good for you.